Let us utilize these gifts from God to empower our people, our region, and our continent.
President Buhari inaugurates developmental projects in Maiduguri, lauds Governor Zulum's focus and consistency.
Construction, design, manufacture, supply, installation, and commissioning of transmission lines 330, 132, and 33 kV.
Federal Executive Council signs off on multiple power generation and transmission projects. Preliminary works intensify on construction of Kano-Maradi rail line.
If everything goes well as we believe, we should actually have an approved drug within the next 2 years.
Plus, hope soars in the medical community with promising therapeutic drug for prostate cancer by US-based Nigerian doctor. Good evening, this is NTA Network News. I'm Cyril Stober in Abuja. Hingino John Adams is in Lagos. Thanks for joining us. President Muhammadu Buhari is promising to ensure that every day counts in the delivery of public goods in the last lap of his administration. The president stated this when he paid a courtesy visit to the Shehu of Borno, Abubakar ibn Umar Garbey El Kanemi, as part of his official engagements in Borno State. There'll be more details on that in the course of the bulletin. In the meantime, the president has inaugurated several key projects in the Borno State capital. This is the second time in 6 months the Nigerian leader is visiting the state to perform a similar function. Abubakar Akwanga reports.
Maiduguri, affected by activities of insurgents and ISWAP for more than a decade, is gradually bouncing back under the administration of Governor Babagana Umar Zulum. At the Palace of Shehu of Borno, President Muhammadu Buhari lauded the exemplary leadership provided by Governor Zulum and described him as a prudent administrator whom, despite all odds, remained steadfast in delivering dividends of democracy in a state troubled by activities of insurgents, and promised to facilitate greater impact on security and economic well-being of the state.
When they will kill people in the marketplace, in motor parks, in the mosques, in the churches, and said Allahu Akbar. God is justice. You can't kill innocent people or hurt them and call his name. You either don't believe in what you are saying or you don't know what you are saying. I ask Nigerians to please tell the less informed that in Africa, we are the biggest country and we are potentially the richest. Let us utilize these gifts from God to empower our people, our region, and our continent.
Mr. President has relentlessly demonstrated compassion towards Borno, and we respectfully request that this is sustained, because while other states across the country mostly have opportunities of moving forward, we are grappling with the problem of rebuilding destroyed infrastructure and facilities. In this regard, I respectfully table 3 requests for Mr. President consideration. That Mr. President considers and direct the military, police, and paramilitary to, on special consideration, increase the recruitment of our youth volunteers in order to enhance local involvement that can accelerate the combined restoration efforts of the federal and state government.
And now let's have more about Kushari Mega School, established by Borno State Governor Babagana Umar Zulum. Yagum Subukar tells us more.
Kushari community, a suburb of Maiduguri Metropolitan Council, has over the years lacked government-owned secondary institutions within the area until this intervention by the Zulum administration, where school-aged children from Sulemanti, Jidari, Molai, and Kushari are expected to benefit from the school, which is one among the 21 schools built by this administration solely to address the challenges of out-of-school children. Tijani Bolori Memorial Day Secondary School, Kushari, an edifice expected to accommodate 2,500 students with 48 classrooms, 4 laboratories, an ICT center, administrative block, clinic, street lights and solar panels, also has a standby generator, 32 toilets, a borehole, and overhead tank, in addition to a beautifully landscaped sporting facility. The president was then taking around various units of the institution by Governor Babagana Umar Zulum.
By traversing the nooks and crannies of the state and at the same time making sure that dividends of democracy has been brought to the doorstep of the people. We thank him sincerely for that effort.
We are taking this as a digital literacy model school, so we expect them to now to explore all this and then exploit it to the fullest.
With the type of teachers that we have, we will train them well. I know we will produce a better students in these schools.
Alhamdulillah, to the leadership of his Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, we are now very proud to have primary and junior secondary schools in our area.
We are so proud of our Governor Professor Babagana Umar Zulum.
This spectacular occasion accorded opportunity for the students to go home smiling with bicycles, free books, among other sporting facilities. In Maiduguri, Yagum Subukar, NTA News.
There's more on the activities of the president in Borno State, where troops of Operation Hadunke in the Northeast Theatre of Operations have been tasked to remain focused and steadfast as they go into the final phase of the campaign against terrorism and other acts of criminality undermining national security and stability. President Muhammadu Buhari, who addressed the troops at Maiduguri International Airport, insists that the nation's goal of defeating all adversaries must be achieved and the economic viability of the Northeast restored. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu has the report.
I am here on behalf of a grateful nation to thank and commend you for your service and sacrifices.
Without doubt, in the last 6 years, the sad reality inherited in the security situation here is tempered by the progress made in the fight against terrorism and insurgency. The recent mass surrender of terrorists to the armed forces, the resettlement of 18 towns by the Borno State government since 2019, as well as increased access to farmlands and businesses in places like Banki and other key areas are evidence of the significant strides achieved in the middle of the devastation.
You have displayed extraordinary resilience and steadfastness in the face of adversity. That is the spirit, tenacity, and resolve that the Nigerian Armed Forces is known for. As your Commander-in-Chief, I am mindful of your selfless sacrifices, which in some cases have entailed paying the supreme price. The nation owes you a debt of gratitude for your commitment, dedication, and unalloyed loyalty to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
President Muhammadu Buhari said although the country is still faced with several security challenges largely characterized by violent activities of non-state actors, public confidence will continue to rise with further optimization in the gains for national security.
I am aware that you have started receiving some of the platforms procured by our administration, while you would be receiving some in the weeks ahead. Similar attention is being given to intelligence surveillance, target acquisition, and reconnaissance assets to project force across the theater and bring the fight to a logical and successful end.
And as efforts by the military are continuously stepped up, the president said his administration will continue to work with all well-meaning stakeholders, including friendly nations, civil society organizations, as well as other credible non-governmental organizations to bring peace to all troubled areas across the nation.
I particularly commend His Excellency Babagana Umar Zulum for his untiring commitment and cherished collaboration with the administration for the overall good of the people of Borno. Yours is a good example of the inherent benefits that are accruable from conscious positive interaction between the federal and government of the state.
For the armed forces of Nigeria, unalloyed loyalty and commitment to the nation remain their watchwords. From Maiduguri, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
And Adamu Sambo has more to tell us about the president's visit to the Shehu of Borno, where he spoke of his determination to carry through his projects for the good of the Nigerian people.
It's the second time in 6 months President Muhammadu Buhari will be visiting Borno State out of constant worry over the difficulty suffered by the people due to terrorism and insurgency. It is, however, fulfilling to the president that efforts at disrupting and destroying critical infrastructural facilities by the criminal elements have come to naught with the pragmatic execution of people-centered projects relentlessly by the government and well-meaning indigents of the state. And before meeting the paramount ruler of the Kanuris, the Shehu of Borno, the Nigerian leader delightedly unveiled a 3.5-kilometer multi-layer flyover, first in the history of the state, as well as a 10-kilometer Maiduguri-Muna dual carriageway executed by the Zulum administration to ease traffic congestion along the customs roundabout. Another state government project inaugurated by the president is the Tijani Bolori Memorial Day Secondary School, one of the world-class mega schools built to address the challenges of out-of-school children in the state. And at the University of Maiduguri, President Buhari inaugurated a 2.5 billion naira state-of-the-art Center for Distance Learning, as well as an international conference center donated to the institution by Alhaji Muhammadu Indimi.
I believe that the center will help the university in the way it delivers learning, training, and skills, as well as to those who will be taking their courses remotely.
Alhaji Ndimi proved without the slightest doubt that his love for Borno is beyond limits. As part of our gratitude, we have approved the renaming of the popular Damboa Road to become Muhammadu Indimi Road here in Maiduguri.
For President Muhammadu Buhari, supporting Borno State to recover from the ravages of insurgency is a shared obligation.
I assure the governor of Borno State and people of the Northeast that I'm acutely aware of our successes here and our failures elsewhere, especially in my own geopolitical zone, the Northwest, where it is the same people, the same culture, stealing each other's property, killing each other. What for? I have ordered and have started receiving military hardware from the United States, from aircraft, helicopters, armored cars, and we are going to be very, very hard on them.
President Buhari, who also inaugurated the Oriental Energy Resources Limited aircraft hangar built by Alhaji Muhammadu Indimi at Maiduguri International Airport, had told the Shehu of Borno that none but the most partisan can deny the fact that so much have been achieved by his administration with so little in critical sectors of the nation's economy.
When I promise, I try to stand by my promise. I assure you that for the time remaining for us, the 17 very odd months, we will keep on doing our best to make sure, especially the infrastructure, is rehabilitated and built. What this country needs is really the continuous cooperation of the elite.
Both the governor of the state, Babagana Umara Zulum, and the Shehu of Borno had earlier appreciated the president for his unprecedented support and assistance to Borno state in the battle against insurgency, as well as restoring the hope of the hopeless.
Your Excellency, I'm pleased to bring to your kind notice that people of Borno state have started witnessing gradual return of peace to Borno and indeed to the entire northeast sub-region. And that has made it possible for our farmers to cultivate their lands this year.
And we must sincerely appreciate and commend your administration for the efforts so far made toward bringing lasting peace to Borno and the northeast sub-region.
President Buhari has since returned to Abuja. Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Time for a first break. Let's bring you some messages.
May all your dreams come true this Christmas.
Season's greetings from the Federal Road Safety Commission.
The Federal Road Safety Corps appreciates all road users and all other stakeholders for your cooperation.
We believe road crashes are preventable, and our desire is to see reduced cases of road traffic crashes.
Your life is precious to your family.
This is a season of joy. Do not bring sorrows to your family.
Road traffic injuries will cost you and your family emotional and financial strain.
Obey all traffic rules. The personnel of the Corps are on the roads to enforce compliance.
Be patient, be awake, be sober on the road.
Together, we must work to put in place measures to keep road safety on the agenda.
Stay alert. Stay alive.
Wishing you a safe and prosperous year ahead.
Season's greetings to our road user partners.
The Corps wishes you happy celebration and safe travels.
The Federal Road Safety Commission is committed to creating a safer motoring environment.
Over 1,500 winners have emerged and 27 million naira won. You too can be the next. Get ready to blow this season in the Airtel Recharge and Blow promo. You stand a chance to win up to 100 million naira, guaranteed tokens, and 25% discounts to restaurants across Nigeria. How awesome is that? All you have to do is meet your recharge target to win. Dial *444*4# to enter for the draw. Everyone's a winner, so hurry. Start recharging.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
The petroleum tanker drivers of Nupeng, in collaboration with the Federal Road Safety Corps, joyfully congratulates all Christian faithfuls this Christmas period. It is a season for us to share love with friends and family. As you travel, please remember that coronavirus is still out there. Wear your face masks in public places. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water for at least 60 seconds. Do not touch your eyes, nose, and mouth. And maintain physical distance of at least 2 meters. The safety of all travelers must be our priority. Do not drink and drive. Use your seat belts while driving. Do not drive on worn-out tires. Obey all traffic rules and regulations, and make sure that your vehicle is in roadworthy condition. Consideration for other road users is everyone's responsibility. Remember, your life is precious to your loved ones and the nation. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year ahead. This message is from the petroleum tanker drivers of Nupeng. Comrade Salmon Akoni Oladiti, Chairman Nupeng PTD, announcer.
sharing brings with the Airtel family plan. Get bonus talk time, SMS and data for each family member you share with. Dial *141# now. Airtel, the smartphone network.
The Nigerian Association of Road Transport Owners, NATO, in collaboration with the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, hereby wish Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari and all Nigerians a happy Yuletide celebration. In the spirit of celebration, please obey all traffic rules and regulations in order to assist everyone reach their destination freely and safely. Remember, use your seatbelt while driving and do not drink and drive. Do not drive with worn-out tires or expired ones to avoid accidents. Let your vehicle be in good condition and be roadworthy. Be mentally fit. Do not overspeed. In case of any emergency, please call FRSC toll-free line 122. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. This message is from the Nigerian Association of Road Transport Owners, NATO.
Yusuf Lawal Othman, NATO President, announcer.
Thanks for staying with us. The Federal Executive Council has approved 16 memos in an extraordinary meeting today, Thursday, the 23rd of December. All 16 memos approved were presented by the Minister of Power, Abubakar Aliyu, and are geared towards strengthening the capacity of power generation and transmission in the country. State House correspondent Aliyu Kabir reports.
Extraordinary Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by the Vice President, Professor Emio Shimbajo, approved all the 16 memos presented by the Minister of Power, Abubakar Aliyu. Briefing State House correspondents at the end of the meeting, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, said the meeting was to ensure the Council begins a clean slate in year 2022.
So we had quite a lot on our plate today, but the Ministry of Power in particular took center stage, presenting an unprecedented number of memos, I think about 16.
One of the 16 memos approved include the construction of 2x60 MVA 132-33 kV substation at Ikare, Akoko, and 2x132 kV lines bear extension at Oke, Agbe in Ondo State, amounting to over 2 billion naira. The minister added that FEC also approved the supply of 65 Hilux and 20 SUV vehicles nationwide at the cost of over 2 billion naira. This is in addition to the procurement of 1,500 drums of Transformer 001 nationwide at the cost of over 320 million naira. FEC also approved the construction and installation of 142 kV double-circuit transmission line in Ekere, Ijesha, Isu, Elukbeju, Ado Ekiti in Ekiti State at the cost of over 8 billion naira.
We need to put more investment into the transmission so that we can improve the wheeling capacity of the TCN to be able to take up enough electricity from the generation.
Also approved was the construction of new national control centers at Oshogbo Lot 1 and Gwagwalada Lot 2 of the FCT, and the construction of 2x60 MVA substation at Shaki and the extension at Ishei in Oyo State, as well as at Malumpashi Kankara extension in Kaduna State, and the additional work of 33 kV double-circuit transmission line project from Kaduna Power Plant to Mondo Substation.
Construction, design, manufacture, supply, installation, and commissioning of transmission lines 330, 132, and 33 kV at Lekki in Lagos State. The repairs of 100 MVA 330 at 132 kV power transformer at Ueli, Delta State, two component, 416,100 US dollar.
With the projects consuming over 28 billion naira, the minister added, are geared towards enhancing the capacity of the transmission and distribution of electricity in the country. From the State House, Aliyu Kabir, NTA News.
The federal government is currently working on measures to fast-track the commencement of construction work on the rail line project linking Nigeria and Niger Republic, expected to drive expansive social and economic development. Minister of Transportation Chibuike Rotimi Amechi gave this indication during a project financing advisory meeting with stakeholders at the Nigerian Embassy in Berlin, Germany. The meeting was attended by the Nigerian ambassador to Germany, Yusuf Tugar, the Director, Mobility and Transport, and the Managing Global Head, Aviation, Mobility and Transport of KfW IPEX Bank. The core issue discussed centered on how the process for the commencement of the project could be quickened and other modalities involved in the execution of the project. The Minister of Transportation thereafter went on an inspection tour of a major railway in Portugal, which was constructed by Motor Engel Company. Nigeria's ambassador to Portugal, Alex Kefas, and the Nigeria country manager, Motor Engel Antonio Grasa, exchanged views during a bilateral meeting for enhanced partnership and cooperation in Lisbon. Nigeria has recorded its highest ever daily infection of COVID-19 cases since the detection of the disease nearly 2 years ago. Now, what are the factors fueling the spike? Is it a fallout of adverse weather conditions, or is it the highly contagious Omicron variant? Let's get some answers from our next report.
The NCDC daily statistics on COVID-19 cases in the country for Wednesday, the 22nd of this month, recorded a new high of 4,035 new COVID-19 infections in 15 states, showing close to 100% increase over the 2,123 infections recorded on Tuesday. This worrisome development is said to be a combination of several factors.
During weather like this, we see people coming down in the temperate region with flu, and even here we see people coming down with upper respiratory infections, mostly catarrh or cold, as we call it sometimes, with dry cough. So SARS-CoV-2 is also increased, the transmission will increase during this weather.
The dryness and low humidity that comes with the Harmattan period increases the spread of respiratory tract infections, such as the common cold and flu. The anxiety here is the similarity in symptoms between COVID-19 and these other infections.
There is no way you would know the difference between COVID-19 and other common cold unless you do the testing. The test is specific to just SARS-CoV-2, and it will only pick SARS-CoV-2. If you have flu, you will not turn out to be positive.
In the views of Dr. Faisal Shoaib, the Executive Director, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, which drives the Nigeria's COVID-19 vaccination program, until the country meets the target of vaccinating 70% of the population, attaining comprehensive or herd immunity might not be realizable.
We have not reached that level where you will say the vaccination program will protect against an increase in the number of cases. Like we've mentioned, you have to reach herd immunity. We're not there yet. We keep ramping up.
The two public health professionals want Nigerians to utilize the mass vaccination centers now available at designated places across the country to get vaccinated against the virus, as doing so not only guarantees protection against the virus, but minimize the impact of the virus on the infected person, even if contracted.
I expect that Nigerians now realize that death from COVID-19, severe illness from COVID-19, happens only to people who are unvaccinated. Please don't take a chance with your life.
With the discovery of the Omicron variant comes a fourth wave of the COVID-19 with resultant spike infection rates. Citizens are therefore advised to strictly adhere to public health advisory for the sake of their own safety and that of other people.
In the meantime, a Nigerian professor of medical chemistry and pharmacology with the University of Maryland, the United States of America, Professor Vincent Nja, is at the verge of producing a drug for prostate and breast cancer. Paul Abel reports that the professor made a technical presentation of his discovery before Governor Ben Ayade and the Cross River State Executive Council at the State Council Chambers, Calabar.
The presentation for both prostate and breast cancers. Professor Inja revealed that the drug for prostate cancer will be available in the next 2 years. The pharmacology expert emphasized that Nigerians can achieve anything if given the right environment and infrastructure.
You don't really need to be from the moon, to discover all this. The reason why I'm able, to make all these contributions is because of, the environment, the infrastructure. If everything goes well as we believe, we should actually have an approved drug within the next 2 years.
It is a thing of great pride for we cross-invariants to identify with Professor Vincent, leading a team of black and white people in a research towards discovering a drug that can be an effective control for cancer. By the time galisterone becomes a drug available in the pharmacy for use, people should remember that indeed the journey started in Ikom, Cross River State, Nigeria, in Africa.
Professor Vincent Inja is a Cross River indigene, a professor of medical chemistry and pharmacology, University of Maryland School of Medicine, Baltimore, United States of America. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
Now it's over to Hingino in Lagos, who has more reports on Network News. Hingino.
Thank you, Cyril. Nigerians traveling for the Yuletide and New Year festivities will not have to worry about the frequent road crashes, traffic gridlock, and other nightmares often associated with road trips at this time of the year. Federal Road Safety Corps Marshal Boboye Oyeyemi, who gave this assurance in Lagos, says the agency is putting more men and resources into achieving its core mandate of promoting safety on the road. Adeni Itaiwo completes the report.
2021, with a total number of 10,601 road traffic accidents and 4,918 deaths between January and October, is a slight improvement on the preceding year, which recorded 5,574 deaths in 11,875 road crashes. The Federal Road Safety Corps says it is working hard to achieve drastic reduction in avoidable road crashes. FRSC Commercial Boboye Oyeyemi's visit to the Lagos State Sector Command is to monitor the level of preparedness of his men and put them on proper footing as more Nigerians take to the highways, especially on the Lagos-Ibadan corridor for holiday travels.
This current point now will be free of any obstruction. The only thing is for the road users to comply with the traffic rules and regulations. Anyone found driving under the influence of drugs and alcohol will be prosecuted and the vehicle will be impounded.
It says with more good roads being delivered across the country, the Corps will step up its campaign against drink driving and excessive speeding by enforcing the use of speed limiting device on vehicles.
We are battle ready for that, and we are going to match this on all the highways because speed is a key issue.
Acting on a presidential mandate, the Corps has already deployed about 1,300 vehicles and 35,000 personnel who will work with special road marshals to patrol the highways during and beyond the festive season. The FRSC boss applauded the media and other stakeholders for their contributions to the delivery of the Corps' mandate in year 2021. In Lagos, Adeni Itaiwo, NTA News.
The rule of law must be followed by all parties involved in the ownership tussle over Magodo Phase 2 estate in Koshofe local government area of Lagos State, especially now that the Supreme Court has given a judgment on the matter. The president of Shangisha Landlords Association, Adebayo Adeyiga, stated this at a press briefing on the standoff between the association and residents of the estate in Lagos on Wednesday. Lynn Leneke completes the report.
The judicial struggle for Magodo Phase 2 estate started in 1988, 5 years after residents of Shangisha were given quit notice by the Lagos State government and acquired the land for the construction of an international hospital. President of Shangisha Landlords Association, Adebayo Adeyiga, said they later discovered that the land in question was allegedly allocated to individuals.
Justice Rosina Motocho in Harunian went ahead and declared all the certificate of occupancy that has been used on the land null and void, and asked both parties not to step on the land until the appeal is heard by the Court of Appeal.
After a series of court cases which spanned about 33 years, the Supreme Court ruled that members of the association be given 549 plots from the new scheme. Recounting his ordeal during the struggle for judicial victory, Adeyiga said the association looks forward to strict implementation of the final ruling by the apex courts.
I don't think anybody can interrupt the decision of the Supreme Court. I thank the IG and the Attorney General for obeying the judgment of the Supreme Court.
Residents expressed hope that parties involved in the dispute would harmonize their differences and engage dialogue while the implementation of the judgment of the apex court is executed. In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
You're watching NTA Network News. Another break beckons. The news will be back shortly.
As 2021 ends, we share your gratitude for its blessings. We acknowledge your low moments too and wish you strength to carry through. At Bedmate, we'll keep making your living better because we believe that furniture is not just an item made of wood, glass, marble, or steel, but a symbol of your unity and good times with your loved ones. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year full of all the finest things you desire.
Take notice, because we're here to stay. We are the innovators, the rule breakers, and the risk takers. We speak our minds to drive the conversation, not afraid to push people's buttons. We see the world differently, and that's why we're irreplaceable. No one has ever changed the world by playing it safe, so why would we? You see, we're busy making shit happen, while others are busy watching. We're the future that no one saw coming. So, are you ready to define or be defined? Your potential is limitless. You are unstoppable.
Introducing the one gift for all this festive, GoTV Super. Enjoy more channels, more variety, more entertainment on GoTV Super. GoTV, love it.
We have come to the end of another successful year. We wish to appreciate all those who mean so much to us. Our clients, the 3 tiers of government, ministries, departments, and agencies, corporate bodies, advertisers, religious bodies, civil society groups, political parties. You are esteemed viewers. Together, we made 2021 great. Together, we shall make 2022 greater. Thank you. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year from all of us at NTA.
African Cup of Nations starts on the 9th of January 2022 on NTA, powered by AfroSports. For sponsorship and advertisements, contact us on 090-9890-6913 or 090-3513-2838.
Manchester City sit at the top of the table this Christmas. Can Leicester City put a damper on the holiday cheer when they visit the Etihad Stadium? This Sunday, it's Manchester City versus Leicester City on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu and powered by Integral.
Thanks for being there. We've heard about dreams and, of course, pipe dreams. But for some who have dreamt of owning a car, even when they lacked the financial capacity, that dream did come true recently. Correspondent Kayode Oladoshu brings us details of the Glow Joy Unlimited Extravaganza promotion in Ibadan and Onitsha, where some dreams became reality.
Indeed, Joy Unlimited in Ibadan, as Mutiu Owolabi, an auto mechanic, won a brand new Kia Rio saloon car, while in Onitsha, Umoba Siedet reports that Chinedu John has joined the League of Owners of brand new car, courtesy Globalcom Nigeria.
When they first called me, say I want the car, I say for what? It can never be me. Out of millions of people in Nigeria, how it will be me? So at the end of the day, I'm very happy.
I want to appreciate Glow very much. This is the best network I've used in my life. I'm very, very happy.
The event created an avenue to express adequate service delivery of Globalcom Nigeria and the open policy adopted by Glow Joy Unlimited Extravaganza promotion.
It's a consumer appreciation promo that we're running. If you have a SIM, you dial star 611 hash. That's all. That's how you get into the promo.
Even when others are saying that market is bad, Glow does not mind. They look for something to give to their subscribers, and I doff my cap for them.
Other winners in the promo appreciated the value-added advantage secured through Glow mobile network.
When they called me, I was thinking maybe it's a lie, and as I now call them and they say, this is true, I was so happy because this is exactly what I needed.
I feel excited and happy, and I promise to still be part of Glow.
When I heard the advertisement, so I put in, and surprisingly I was called that I won 32 inches of smart TV.
My Christmas came so early. I'm so blessed and happy. Thank you, GlowNet.
Glow said it would continue to spread joy to thousands of Nigerian homes in the coming year. In Ibadan, Kayode Oladoshu, NTA News.
And why the business, Benny Adams answers the questions. Benny?
Thank you, Cyril, and welcome to Business. We start by telling you that the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority is investing more than 10 billion naira in the off-grid renewable space in partnership with the Rural Electrification Agency. The Solar Power Niger program is being launched under the Economic Sustainability Plan and supervised directly by the Vice President. The partnership will see the NSIA creating an initial revolving fund of 10 billion naira for qualified developers to contribute and manufacture solar home systems, while the REA under the Ministry of Power will provide technical and advisory support to the NSIA. The investment is targeted at catalyzing 200,000 off-grid connections in the first instance, with a goal of reaching over 500,000 systems from now to 2023. And oil prices were stable on Thursday as signs that the worst effects of the Omicron variant might be more containable than the previously feared were countered by new COVID-19 restrictions amid surging infections. Brent crude futures were up 27 cents at $75.56 a barrel after a 1.8% gain in the previous session. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures rose 20 cents to $72.97 a barrel after jumping 2.3% in the previous session. And on the capital market, it's been the bears all the way, where investors lost 7.16 billion naira as all share index dipped by 0.03% to close at 42,230.48 basis points, with market capitalization settling at 22.04 trillion naira. 211 million shares worth 2.4 billion naira were traded in 2,815 deals. Market breadth closed positive as UBN led 13 gainers as against 10 losers, topped by Julius Bader at the end of today's session. UBN, Sovereigns and Guarantee were the most active to boost market turnover, just as UACN and Guarantee topped the market valueless. That is business news. Cyril, is over to you.
Right. Thank you, Benny. Now the news now. 72 inmates of the Medium Security Custodial Center, Kuje, have been matriculated in the National Open University of Nigeria. Victor Azu reports that the matriculants are part of the 970 inmates studying in various custodial centers across the country.
They are offenders incarcerated for various crimes, but right here in custody, an opportunity beckons that they may not have as free men, education at no cost to them. The looks on their faces as they take the matriculation oath suggest a conscious decision to make the most of a second chance.
You have to study around the time, around the globe, to meet up. For them to be magnanimous enough to have a center for us, we appreciate.
Something I couldn't achieve when I was outside there, I was able to come to myself and realize exactly who I am in this correctional center. Just to tell people out there that you must be hopeful.
And if they need further inspiration, they have more than enough, including from the Vice Chancellor of National Open University, who is represented.
Initially, they started with 50% scholarship program. Right now, 100% to even the level of application forms. And the whole society at large should embrace students coming from the National Open University, especially correctional centers.
That ugly clause that is always on our application, that have you served, have you been convicted by any court of law? I think that should be enforced.
A directive has already been given to all controllers of corrections across the country to ensure that they make centers available in their respective commands to run the National Open University of Nigeria program.
These 72 matriculants are part of the 970 inmates studying in 12 special centers in custodial facilities across the country, 5 of them for doctorate degrees. From the Medium Security Custodial Center in Abuja, Victor Azu, NTA News.
Time for another break now. Stay with us.
And as 2021 ends, we share your gratitude for its blessings. We acknowledge your low moments too and wish you strength to carry through. At Bedmate, we'll keep making your living better because we believe that furniture is not just an item made of wood, glass, marble, or steel, but a symbol of your unity and good times with your loved ones. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year full of all the finest things you desire.
Me and you, let's get to Ghana. Hey! Right, jump.
This is Ghana. You've come here to seek for greener pastures. Make it your worthwhile.
Any guinea fowl is a guinea. Guinea fowl has nothing to do with guinea. It's just the name of the fowl. So Ghana jollof, what is it Nigerian beans?
What?
Have we made before?
No.
Jasper! Help me!
Manchester City sit at the top of the table this Christmas. Can Leicester City put a damper on the holiday chair when they visit the Etihad Stadium this Sunday? It's Manchester City versus Leicester City on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu and powered by Integral.
The family of Mr. Onwe Otiongo of Anyeruma of Iwema in Oborigede Ojo local government area announced the call to glory of their mother, auntie, sister and mother-in-law, Madam Alice Egime Otiongo, who passed on to glory on 24th October 2021 after a brief illness. Until her death, Madam Alice Otiongo was an active and a founding member of Methodist Church Okwinya Oboru in Adinu Diocese of Ojo local government area. December 2021 at Onwe Otiongo compound in Iwema, Okpenya, Oborigede after church rites. She is survived by many children and grandchildren. Among them is Chief Dr. Abraham Ajene Onwe, Assistant Director Marketing, NTA Headquarters. Mama, we love you, but God loves you more. Rest in peace with the Lord until we meet to part no more. Signed, Chief Dr. Abraham Ajene Onwe, for the family.
The federal government says it will continue to provide innovations to ensure that all facets of social intervention programs are sustained beyond 2023. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Umar Farouk, said this in a message at the closing ceremony of Knowledge Training for Northwest Zone held in Kanu. Muhammad Ali reports.
Latest youth about to bid farewell to poverty and unemployment, courtesy of the numerous empowerment programs in the country. For 3 months, these 4,360 participants from Northwest Geopolitical Zone were exposed to creative design, maintenance, software and hardware specialization. They are expected to replicate the new knowledge acquired to generate employment and income in their various communities.
From the initial, I only know the meaning of scripting, that is in dictionary, just to create something, to write something. But I am not into the practical aspect of it, neither until I'm into this program.
I'm going to improve my business with this system that they have given us.
Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Umar Farouk, who was represented, says the commitment of the present administration to lift youth out of poverty remains unwavering.
Let me assure you that your monthly stipend of 10,000 naira for the period of 9 months, which has commenced, will continue to the end of your apprenticeship. The onus is on you to also show gratitude to this administration by ensuring effective utilization of the packages you'll be graduating with.
Beneficiaries were given certificates and startup grants to commence business in earnest. Muhammad Ali, NTA News.
And now let's bring you some sports news.
As Nigerians await the kickoff of the 2021 AFCON, Nigeria Football Federation says discipline and hunger will be the prerequisite for the appointment of a substantive Super Eagles coach. NFF President Amaju Pinnick said the football governing body will ensure that only the best will lead Nigeria.
I will look at the antecedent on discipline and esteem. And two, we also look at hunger. How hungry is he to win trophies?
Match Day 3 of the Nigeria Women's Football League, which was played Wednesday across various venues in the country, saw Nasarawa Amazons beat Oshun Babes by 4-0 in Group A, while Nigeria Turtles were 5-2 better than Adamawa Queens FC. Confluence Queens shared the spoils 1-1 with visiting Edo Queens. In Group B, Royal Queens FC lost by 4-0 at home to defending champions Rivers Angels, while Delta Queens beat Sunshine Queens by a lone goal. On the log, Nigeria Turtles lead Group A with 7 points, same as second-placed Confluence Queens. Rivers Angels top Group B also with 7 points, as FC Robo sits second with 6 points. And finally, 8-time winners Liverpool will face Arsenal for a place in the Carabao Cup final following their dramatic penalty shootout win over Leicester City in the quarter-finals. Liverpool came from 3-1 down in the first half to level up 3-3 in the second half and later went on to beat Leicester 5-4 on penalties to progress. Antonio Conte comes up against his former side Chelsea for a place in the final.
Antonio Conte will want to prove a point to the Chelsea fans and also to the Chelsea setup. So it's going to be a cracker, no doubt about it.
Tottenham beat West Ham United by 2-1 to set up a semi-final clash with London rivals Chelsea in an attempt to reach the final for the second successive season. With Sports Update, Cynthia Ogun, NTA News.
The death has occurred of Mr. Dele Adeola, also known as Uncle D, the chairman of Grand Mirage Limited and founder of one of the earliest hospitality sports and nightclub in Abuja. He was a civil servant who retired as a director of planning from the Federal Ministry of Transport 2 decades ago. He died on Thursday, the 8th of December, aged 74. Burial arrangements will be announced by his family soon. It is the desire of all Muslims to be rewarded with Al-Jannah Firdaus, but for this to be guaranteed, the faithful are expected to live a life of undiluted service to God and humanity. This came to the fore at the burial of Alhaja Kaliat Adebui, mother of Ashiwaju of Oderemo and former Postmaster General of the Federation, Chief B.C. Adebui. Correspondent Joel Pukwola reports that former Governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, was among dignitaries at the occasion.
95 Alhaja Kaliat Adebui has no doubt lived a meritorious and impactful life. This informed the presence of people from different walks of life who came to pay their last respect to the late Iya Adini of Ashiru Mosque. The Noibi Imam of Oderemo, Sheikh Ambali Okpafolu, who led prayers for the repose of the soul, described her as a mother to all who added value to the lives of many in the community. Various clerics extolled the virtues of Alhaja Kaliat Adebui, urging family members to uphold a legacy of undiluted commitment to Allah. The former Postmaster General of the Federation, Ashiwaju B.C. Adebui, described the show of solidarity as awesome and an attestation to the exemplary life of his mother.
I was a devout Muslim who inculcated in us the virtue of honesty, integrity, and hard work.
Former Governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, while commiserating with the Ashiwaju of Oderemo, urged him to take solace in his mother's long life, noting that it takes the grace of Allah to live till the age of 95.
We are not mourning her. Not many people have this grace of God. It's a grace of God to live up to the right age of 95.
Alhaja Kaliat Adebui died on the 20th of December 2021 at the age of 95. She is survived by children and grandchildren. From Oderemo, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
And that concludes Network News tonight. Thank you for watching. Remember to stand with the NTA against rape and rapists. I'm Cyril Stober. Good night.